They they paid $10 for an item and they want to tell me how to pack it and ship it, and I'm like,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, yeah.
You're a pain in the ass.
That's good stuff right there, Todd.
He's wound up early this morning.
Stupid customers.
Oh, man.
Really?
Hello, we're on.
Yeah, you
Anybody
spent
out there?
a whole $10 to get a Hello Kitty
Keyboard?
computer keyboard, and you want to tell me how to pack and ship it? Oh,
Wow.
you'll get it however the heck I want to ship it. You little.
Well, he
3
is on
snaps up
fire.
in Z formation.
Say he's
Now,
on fire.
if you spent $50 on it, I might listen to you, but no.
That seems how it always works, though.
They just don't want to crush keyboard, Todd. You know, like, I can understand if, you know, they maybe wanted something that was very rare, like something that they bought online that, you know, they couldn't buy from anybody else. And they got it and it was damaged, you know.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that.
I get tired of buyers. You know, they send you a best offer and then you go, well, I didn't want to sell for that, but I'll go ahead and take it. And then they want you to pack it the way they want it packed and ship it the way
Yeah.
At least yours paid for yours. Mine usually do best offer, never pay for it. It's like, okay, thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you just
funny.
pay?
Right.
Or wait like 3 days to pay.
Oh, is it Anissa's birthday today?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm going to have to change the name of the show. She said her, Kevin, James, Carol Burnett, and our first lady.
Well, look at her. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Anissa.
Happy birthday, Anissa. Happy birthday to you. And
come on, Todd. Pull out all the stops.
No. It's too grumpy early to do that.
Oh.
So.
Well, you haven't been up since 11 o'clock last night.
Oh, God. Bless your heart. I could not do what you do, Sally. I'm just too old for that. Good.
No, but think of whenever you were like, you know, 40. I'm going to be what? 42.
Yeah, I could have done it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, not now. I'm too old to do it myself.
I did a lot more when I was younger, so, you know. I'm all right.
So this is your Friday, right? You're off?
Huh?
You're off tonight, right?
Yes. I'm off tonight. I'm off for the next 3 days, actually.
Okay, good.
So, yep. Yeah, and it's, you know, you have to be a certain kind of person to do third shift. It is a completely different way of life. You know, and Mike said he went to bed at 11:30, which is early for him. Yeah, it's a different way of life, a different way of living, and you know, you never get used to it. And I still like want to always, try and sleep whenever I can at night, because I miss it. It's like an old friend,
I miss you so much.
I miss I feel like I'm in bed all day,
Yeah.
and really I'm not, but that's just how I feel. And I'm like, God, I'm so lazy,
No.
but I've only slept 6 hours,
Yeah, no. My daughter-in-law does it too. She works at night the third shift at a hospital, and she
Uh-huh.
wouldn't pass it up. But I mean, it keeps them from having to, do babysitters or daycares.
Yeah,
My son works a day job, and she works night, and she loves it. But
yeah.
I mean, I'll go over there and help her so she can get some sleep. But she's like you; she'll go and go and go until she about falls out. It's like, I don't know how y'all do it. I couldn't. Yep.
Yeah, sometimes because I worked as a CNA at a hospital in California, and they sometimes people would call in and they didn't have any CNAs, so
Yeah.
they were like, can you cover and work a double? So it would be like a half a double. I would work 16 hours.
Mm,
Good
Because
God.
our regular shift was 12, but we weren't allowed really to work more than 16.
yeah. Wow. Mm-mm.
So that was, I liked that job actually, because it worked out really well, because you were, the way that they scheduled you were on 3 days and you were off 4.
Yeah. Okay.
But you did 3 12s and you were done,
Yeah.
basically.
That's good though. I mean, you get used. I guess you would get used to it. I don't know. I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to sleep all the
That's
time.
when my kids were young.
Yeah.
My kids were really young whenever I had that job, and so I was still able to, I was basically, I was a single mother, when I had that job and everything, and so I would come home and get the kids off to school, sleep while they were at school,
Yeah.
and then by the time they were out, I was up for my nap and ready to get back to work almost.
No. Like I told you, I would come home, go to sleep, and stay asleep till it's time to go to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it was.
Oh, good Lord, Mike.
Hello, Hank.
There's Hank.
Hello, Bridget. Hello, did I miss anybody that came in? Cindy and Anissa, the birthday girl. And there's Carol and Mike. And I think we got everybody. So far, so good. How's everybody doing today? We know how Todd's doing.
Todd's grumpy.
How are
I'm
you doing
always
today,
grumpy.
Kathy?
I'm good. I'm good. Just researching is all it is. We're raining here today, so I'm gonna stay and do pictures and lots of research.
I've been watching Harlots this morning.
Oh, have you?
Watching harlots.
Harlots. It's a
What?
show on
He was at
Hulu.
work.
Oh, a show. I thought
Yeah,
a
did
bunch
you?
of hookers showed up at your place and
Mhm.
let
No,
me watch you work.
it's actually really good. It's a really good show, and it's on Hulu. It's I don't know. It only has 1 season on it, so I'm excited to see what else they come up with. But yeah, I mean, it kind of taught me something about how it was in the 1800s and in England, because basically it was the time for at that time in England, like London was the big thing, and you know, people were looking for sex. And it basically, no, I haven't heard anything, Carol, on Nikki's dad. I'm actually going to message her. But, what?
And this, it's her little say, Todd brings the harlots to the yard. Sorry. Mess. I was gonna go watch that show now, but now I'm not gonna think of anything else now.
It's very interesting, but it has a lot of sex.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, of course, it's gonna have a lot of sex, but the story is good.
Huh. I gotta check that out. I'm always looking for something new.
I don't watch it I don't look at it for the pictures.
I was about to say, if I needed something to look at that for, I need to go in my garage with all the totes I got. Send you a few if you need that.
What? You keep harlots and toads in your garage?
I do. I get them from storage units, Todd.
Those damn storage units.
I know. They keep everything in there. Shoot. I know I had to check. I always look for something new though, because we went from got rid of our cable, so we're always looking for new stuff.
You can get a free month of Hulu.
Yeah,
Anissa. So just go on there and it'll say sign up for your free trial or whatever, and they'll give you a free month.
Yeah,
I know. Hi, Sherry. Yes, I have a 1-track mind, and I don't even have whipped cream for my coffee this morning. Can you believe that?
What is going on? Is he slacking on the job today?
Yeah. Oh. Naked Man didn't get me any whipped cream.
Oh.
I can't believe that.
How dare he?
I know.
We got to talk to him first thing this morning. Okay.
After the free month, it's like $7.99 or something. It's not expensive. I mean,
yeah,
you know. Bridget says, "Oh, Brandon's slacking. He may fall again."
I know, right? He keeps falling. I don't know what's wrong.
I know. I'm roughing it this morning. No, I did not use any whipped cream at sexy time.
$60. Oh God. Go back to the hairy eyeball again. We're sorry. Mess.
Hairy eyeball. Oh God. Not the hairy eyeball again.
Shoot.
Yeah, we better watch us back on the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just watching that. Actually, I watched the tail end of Handmaid's Tale. If you haven't seen that on Hulu, watch Handmaid's Tale. That's super good.
Okay.
That is excellent writing on because it's a Hulu original.
Yeah.
It's excellent. That means you can only watch it like on Hulu.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is great writing.
Cool.
Just it's a whole new kind of world that like it was almost like an apocalypse type deal, but it turned like they basically went back to the ways of God. Like they made it to where the laws were changed so that same-sex marriage wasn't right. People couldn't, white people couldn't be married to another race. They couldn't be married to a black person or a brown person, or there could be no mixing of the races, and it was just HT, that's Handmaid's Tale is a Hulu original. Yeah, it is only, and it's the second season now, and they only have the first 2 episodes on right now. So of that one. So but it is such good writing on that show. It makes me wonder, like, why, whenever I'm watching it, I'm like, holy crap, how did they come up with this, Dystopian, is that what it's called? Yeah, basically, I mean, it's about this lady, and she ends up being a handmaid's tale, a handmaid, which is somebody that will get pregnant. They're like a surrogate mother. They will get pregnant for a richer woman and man. If they can't have babies, they will get a handmaid, and she will have the baby. So they it's crazy.
Oh, wow.
It is crazy.
Yeah, that's I can check that out now.
Yeah, basically because it's only like okay, yeah. Okay, well, that makes sense. See, I don't know those big words. I went to college a little bit, but yeah, because there's so few that can even become pregnant in the show. Yeah. Like okay, so the government, like the government type people, the man and woman, if they can't have a child, then they will get a handmaid. And so basically what the handmaid does is has sex with the husband, and the wife is right there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then if she can get pregnant, then they'll have a room for her and everything. And the handmaid, like, they have a ritual on, the whole sex thing.
Yeah.
It's like a ritual to where they do certain things, Yeah, the wife holds her hands.
Oh God.
Her head is right where the wife's crotch is at. Like the wife is fully clothed and everything, but her head is like right in her crotch. So when there's motions, she's feeling that. So
oh wow.
Yeah, so it is so weird.
Okay,
it is
now
so weird.
I really gotta go watch it.
Oh yeah, and it's it's not meant, but then there's a whole other thing to where they are, if they are not pregnant, then they basically have to abide by certain rules and everything like that. And they have a what is called an aunt. They call her Aunt something. Anyways, she like gathers them together for like if they do something that is against the rules or whatever, she'll gather Aunt Lydia. She'll gather them together to like punish them.
Oh wow.
Make them stand out of the rain and hold a rock. Just like it's crazy. It is crazy. But another thing that really appeals to me is the colors and the shapes in which, like, if it, like, the camera will show like from far up and looking down at the ground, and they'll be standing in a certain formation or whatever, and visually it's just visually appealing kind of because of the colors, and there's a lot of detail.
Oh wow.
It's really good writing.
I have to check that out. I was like, what's she saying?
Yeah. Hank says the only options are to subject to it. What did she say? Subject and do it, or try to escape and get mutilated if not compliant, die, etc.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then like you know, and like there's nowhere to like hide. You have to like flee to Canada, and if you can get there, then you know, good luck.
Oh wow. Huh. So I wonder if it's like kind of their version of what surrogacy, but worse back in the day.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just different.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I had to check that out.
Hey, Jessica, I haven't seen you in a long time. Handmaid's Tale is on Hulu. So
Okay.
OJ says this storyline is as old as time. It's a story of Abraham and Sarah having a child by their handmaid Hagar because they were barren. Ismail became the father of all Arabs and hated Isaac, son of Sarah, later, who became the father of all Jews. Yeah, and like, I mean, I remember somewhat of that, but they basically took it and ran with it.
Oh wow.
The whole thing.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting though. I mean, maybe just give it a different spin, so maybe you have different viewers to, I guess, learn about that history in a different way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I love new shows. Though. I've always tried to find something. We run out of series like really quick.
Yeah. Hey there, Sue.
Yeah, and then trying to learning how to train what was it? Train a Dragon has ran out with the grandson. So
Oh, fun.
I'm tired of watching
I
that.
like that movie too.
I do too. It's kind of interesting, but it's kind of like, okay, now I'm tired.
I get to watch all of that because Brandon loves anything animated.
Oh yeah. I think we're the biggest kids with the animated stuff. So, but they have some weird sense of humor up in there. It's like, and then when the adults get, it's like that really put that in a kid show.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Ooh, Lord.
I'm gonna get some work done today.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's gonna happen, but
you gotta get some sleep first.
It's gonna be today. It has to be today.
Yeah, I know.
I had 2 sales yesterday. I don't know how I had 2 sales because I haven't listed. So I have no. I did change some stuff around yesterday, so maybe that prompted some sales. But yeah, it's time to get on it today.
Yeah, we only had one yesterday, but something's been going on with eBay because I was listing yesterday, and if I thought I was going crazy, I thought it was just me, and had the husband come look at the screen because, and if thought I was crazy if Hank didn't post it on her timeline on Instagram, but I was like posting something, and it came. You know how it adds in those extra stuff. Well, accept this, maybe the brand name and all that wonderful stuff that it puts on there. Well, it was like this long list of stuff, and it said like animal we suggest a dog, and so many sent them, and it's like long list of them. And it's just weird stuff that wasn't even part of my listing. So I had to go all the way back up going, okay, I know I do some crazy listing and wording for my stuff. But I was like, I don't have no dang dog up in here.
Wow.
I was like, okay, well, that's strange. So I thought maybe it was just me, but I see a lot of
that is weird.
Yeah, it was kind of strange for me, but I've never seen it do that before because it'll do the normal suggestions.
Yeah.
But not a dog for, a camera. I don't think a dog and a camera go together. Sorry.
That is weird.
So, and then that, and we do some promoted listings, and then like some of the promoted listings that we have, it has no trending data now. Where 2 days ago it had trending data. So, I don't know. I don't know if they're messing with something. So, If you see some crazy stuff going on while you're listing, that's probably what it is. I was like, I don't even know. I give up.
Yeah, that suggested stuff is just stupid.
Yeah, it's gotten really bad though. I
You'll be
mean, it's
lifting a pair of shoes and it'll say, "What size is this watch band?" And you're like, "What?"
I know. Is it a cat? No, it's not. It's a watch. It has nothing to do with a cat. What? I told my husband I can see us doing that other the other X-rated movies trying to list that. Can you imagine those suggestions? No.
Mm,
Like I'm not even close to that.
no.
Like I tried to do a remote control. I don't think it has any type of feline in it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It gets kind of crazy sometimes with them. But yeah, a lot of I'm the same way. Gotta get a lot of work done. Looks like Karen's at the beach is here.
Hi there, Karen.
Hank says she can get into that one. Come on, Hank. Yeah, lots of pictures today. Same here. And then trying to figure out all this my pile of stuff I need to research and figure out what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do with it. So we did find some DVDs that were in Spanish. Like, where are they from? I don't even know what year. I couldn't even tell you. But it's a black and white little DVD. I don't know if you can
Hmm.
see that. It's all in Spanish. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we found a couple of those. That and some those little home security. What's that about? Those little iris. They got them at Lowe's now.
Hmm.
See it or not? But he has like the security system and stuff. But it's for like the range extenders and little fobs. So I try to get those listed today.
OJ says, have you all seen any eBay listings that look like Amazon buy box? I have found some. I think eBay may be going to that model soon. Don't know what to think about it.
So I hadn't seen that.
I have not seen that.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Is that the buy box where you can add the stuff together? Is that what that was?
I'm not sure.
Because I've seen down at the bottom where people that bought this has also
Oh,
bought
yeah.
this, and you
Oh,
can
yeah.
add that. So I wasn't sure if that's what he's talking about. Yeah, I started seeing those. I'm like, that's something different.
Yeah, like buyers that bought this item also bought these
Yeah,
type of item. Yeah. I haven't seen that on eBay, but I know what you're talking about because I've seen it on Amazon.
yeah. Yeah, I've seen it a
Mi-
couple of times.
Mitzi says, yeah, eBay announced it. They're making product pages kind of like Amazon for some items.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I know I've noticed it a couple times.
mm,
There's a lot of things that's kind of that they're changing up.
I don't even remember that announcement, but who knows where I was at the time, you know?
Could still been asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I miss half the announcements too.
Gonna help Head remove her, or Jessica remove her head from her ass.
I type it in time, Barbara on any basis. The lowest seller of this item is X. Click here to buy from this seller. Oh yeah, okay, I know what he's talking about. I've seen that. Where you can go in, like if I think I know what he's talking about, where you see the page, you can go see details, and right up underneath of it has the different views. It's almost I know what he's talking about, like Amazon. It's kind of hard to explain. But it's weird because you'll click in on like you'll look at the reviews and it has like 47 others selling new and used. You click on it, it brings up that weird page like you have here, and then they have a whole bunch of sellers up underneath of it that's lower than that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of strange looking. I noticed it about a week ago.
Hmm.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah, Mike says I don't even use stock photos because he doesn't want to mislead someone. Yeah, I never use stock photos either.
I don't like using them. Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, I will on a brand new in package thing.
I could see something like that, but other than that, or like a game, that's sealed or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a movie, something that's
Yeah.
sealed, new, doesn't have any damage to it. Yeah.
Because you don't want to take it out of the sealed package to show what it is.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the only time. So you can show detail of it.
Okay. I got your Hello Kitty keyboard all packed up the way you wanted it, my little angel from Florida. Your $10 Hello Kitty keyboard.
Watch it be somebody in the chat.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm talking to my customer out loud in my mind.
Totally not in your mind, out loud.
You said it out loud.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I gotta quit doing that because sometimes I think about weird things.
I don't want to know.
No.
I so don't want to know.
Hi, Jessica. I've been missing you, you munchkin head. Where you been? What have you been doing? Are you crazy? Well, we knew you were crazy.
And yes, Todd's still
Anyway.
grumpy.
Yeah, I'm still
Todd's
grumpy.
still grumpy. He's not
Well,
changed at all.
And answer this: if you buy a $10 item, do you have the right to tell the shipper how to ship it or how to pack it? You
guys better start answering some questions.
Answer. I say I know. I have a few that do that too. So I'm like, okay, let me just deliver it to you. I'll hand deliver it to you.
Hank gets me.
Lord, I hope I don't know you.
Hank and I are like this, we're like, Hank and I understand each other as far as customers go.
Mm-hmm.
Now the rest of Hank, I have no clue. But Hank and I, when we're dealing with customers, we're like buddies. We're like customer hater buddies.
Hank says silver hair. Some people feel entitled to all sorts of things. Unfortunately, it happens.
Well, and I get that they want their stuff in a timely fashion and safe and everything, but I don't know.
I just feel like, no, they really don't have they don't really have a reason to tell you how to pack something, because it should be packaged well so that they're going to receive it in one piece, and it's going to be in good working condition, just like how it was, it was supposed to be. Well, if, and if it's not, then they're going to, be able to, get a refund or whatever. But like I said before, if it's something that's that's rare and irreplaceable, you sell it to them and they get it and it's 1,000 pieces, then they're going to be pissed off. They're going to feel like, how stupid of it, how stupid was it that it got broken a million pieces, and that's what they wanted, and they're not going to be able to find it anywhere else. I don't know.
So my message back to the customer was, "Will do. Thank you for your purchase."
Mm-hmm. Good job.
I know what you say out loud and what you say in the email is totally different.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm still in it. I'm like, did I have to type really nice?
It's
Oh my
probably one of
God.
y'all in the side chat anyway that bought that Hello Kitty
She
keyboard.
wanted you to hand deliver it to her, Hank?
Mm-mm.
My
Oh my
God.
God.
I'd be like, no. If you had a hurricane, you evacuated to bring your butt up here. Oh Lord. Yeah, just you have them though. I think that's just pretty much for everybody. And we have what same day or one day handling on most of our products, and I'll have them. Can you deliver this ASAP? Nope, I'm gonna wait till next week.
I felt like crap because they got all that when they got all that rain in Texas and they had the floods. Well, I had sold something to somebody in Texas and um I threw it because my shelves weren't here at that time. So I threw it and it was supposed to land in my postal bin, and it fell down by underneath my desk, and I didn't ship it for 2 weeks.
Oh God.
And all that rain and everything and flooding happened, and so I was like, crap. What am I gonna do? And they hadn't contacted me, so I figured, they were just having other, issues or whatever, that they were worried about surviving and stuff like that, not what they bought on eBay. So, yeah, so I just shipped it whenever, because it had the label on it and everything already. So I just shipped it, and I didn't change it or anything. I just shipped it and never heard anything else.
They just
Never
probably thought
heard
it was stuck
anything
in the
about it.
rain. Oh God, that's funny.
So so I figured that was one of my free cards that, you know, I
Oh
gotta
wow.
get out of jail free.
Yeah. And see, I'm like Cindy too. Like Cindy said, I always pack it the way I want. Like you want to get it. And see, I'm the same way too. I pack it like I want to get it. I mean, you
Yeah,
have to think of it like that,
yeah.
But you have. I mean, you gonna have the crazy ones that's gonna email you and everything underneath the sun. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh
and
my God.
I don't put up with those stupid people like that will message you like every 5 minutes to see, you know, what's going on with it or whatever, because it's not showed up but it's showing delivered. And like I will do everything that I possibly can, but if it's showing delivered on my end and they haven't got it, um and they're saying that they didn't get it, then I tell them, you need to check with your neighbors, check with your
Mhm.
postman, check with your post office, and it's showing delivered on my end. Give them tracking information. They already have it, but you give it to them anyways, um, and then you're done.
Yeah.
If they keep on messaging you about like, we haven't got this, no, I'm not doing that. I'll
Mm-mm.
call eBay, have the request closed, and bye bye.
Yeah.
Block.
Block you quick.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's between them and USPS at that
Mm,
point.
I'm sorry, I am not responsible for that. And if you live in a area that you can't get packages safely, then you either shouldn't be buying, online or whatever and having packages delivered to that area, or get get a post office box or some, uh, you know, some store has, like post office boxes to where it's safe delivery.
Yeah.
Do that.
Or deliver it to somewhere like your family's house that you know where it's safe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my God, my Hello Kitty buyer is an eBay seller with 14,000 feedback.
Ain't that the worst?
Oh my God.
She's probably drop shipping that.
Probably so.
Holy Nikes.
We had actually found a lady that had actually took one of my pictures from Poshmark, my whole picture collection of this one dress, and she was selling it on her website for about $10 cheaper. And you click on the picture and the description, and it goes to my Poshmark closet.
Oh no!
I was like, "Are you crazy?" Yeah, and it was everything, exact pictures,
Did
and
you
you
do
clicked on
anything
it.
about it?
We well, we tried to look it up to see what we could do because it was her own website. So I went back and tried to find out if I had her as a Posh, like she was on my list, and I found who she was, and I reported her to Poshmark. I don't know if anything happened, and I just
Yeah.
blocked her. But yeah, she'd used my pictures and everything. And I was like, I said, I guess she's gonna try to sell it and drop ship it, and it
Oh
just
my
comes from me and goes to them. I'm like, no,
Wow.
I'm like,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah. I'm like, I didn't think I did okay pictures, but hey, you're going to use it, go ahead. But it wasn't just mine though. She had used a couple people's pictures that we had found. But it's crazy.
OJ says it cracks me up how buyers think I know how to find their package after it goes missing. What am I, a magician? And Hank says, yes, that is. She goes, of course, you just got to remember the magic.
Yeah. It's like,
just remember the magic.
yeah.
Hi, Lori.
Hello. Good morning.
Yep, it is.
How's everybody this morning?
I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. Oh my God, this seller has a ton of Hello Kitty stuff on their store.
I'm telling you, they're probably drop shipping it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I always do that. Though. I always go see if they, especially they send me an offer. I'm going to go look at your page and see if you sell it. I gotta be nosy.
Yeah,
I'm the nosy one.
Either that or like, they had one and they couldn't find it or something, and
yeah,
we've
had a guy do that before. He emailed us wanting to buy one of our something we had and asked. He said that he's a seller. He lost his. He needed to ship it to him. And I mean, he was a really nice guy. We ended up, doing every business with him, and we had no problems out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some. I mean, I don't mind that if you're gonna come talk to me and let's have a conversation.
Yeah, it's really not a problem. As long as, as long as they know what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feedback yesterday on those two. What were they? They were those embossed pictures that I sold to. I think I sold it to somebody in Hong Kong, or I think it was in Hong Kong, and that was last week. I got a feedback that says best seller ever in the world.
Oh.
I was like, damn, that's good feedback. I think that might be the best feedback I've ever gotten.
That is good though. Did they write it in English? Because I had one that came back in German, and I had to I had to go copy and paste it to the translator and see what they said. Like, dang,
that's pretty bad.
I know. I'm like, at least do the translator part of it for me. But it was a good comment, so that was a good
thing. Hank says, "Little Sally, that's the kind of feedback I leave for my friends."
Yeah, I got a comment this week. Oh, this is the best purchase I ever made on eBay. It's great. Thank you. The very best. And they had 7 feedbacks. I was like,
huh.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't seen very much, have you?
I'm saying you had some bad experiences then, hadn't you?
You bought 7 things off of eBay, and mine's the best. Yay!
Yay! Now buy from me again.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a few, that were really nice, but I mean, a few, yeah. All of them are pretty good, except, they're just normal feedback,
Yeah.
I mean, country code show. Oh, got something going out. GSP, wonder if it's to Russian Federation.
Huh.
Possibly. Yeah, I always put the code in to see where it's going.
Yeah. Cindy said
Look,
somebody.
Laurie has her intense face on.
I'm still trying to wake up.
Laurie's being all intense here. She's like, "Arr, I'm into this research."
No, it's when I start doing this when you know I'm really into it.
Mhm. Yeah, it should have a country code right underneath where the where is it? It's by the it's on the address for it to go to Kentucky. The end is the country code.
This is the end of.
Or yeah. So the end of or USA, yeah. I thought the code I thought the country code was at the end of the zip. I can't remember. My mind is mush.
Yeah. What
OJ says, I have one negative in the last 12 months, and all it says is, got the wrong size, never heard from the guy or anything. It was a cast iron pan. It was not the wrong size. Weird. Yeah, that is weird.
Evidently, they were using the cast iron skillet wrong. That's crazy.
I think my dog might have fractured my finger last night.
Oh, no.
I went to lay down and I didn't know he was there, and I guess I scared him and he bit me.
Oh,
God.
no.
I was like, oh, son of a bitch. I
Yeah.
hardly move my pinky.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
oh, if I didn't love you so much, you'd look like a Pekingese right now. So that's what I said.
Oh, God.
Of course, this morning he's all lovey-dovey, like, I'm sorry, Mommy, I'm sorry.
I didn't bite your finger off.
He's a min pin, so they're known to be nippers.
Oh,
well,
Yeah.
he's not the tiny one. He's the standard, so he weighs like 20
Oh.
pounds, so he's got a lot more bite pressure.
Yeah, he had a min pin and he could bite. He looked like
yeah.
a miniature Doberman. He probably weighed about 17 pounds.
Yeah.
But
There's,
I mean, you shrunk down. In fact, we got him when he was a year and a half because the guy couldn't keep him anymore. Anyway, so Jim goes, okay, yeah, we're gonna take him. So he goes, well, here's his box of toys. So Jim goes to grab his toys and the dog bites him.
yeah.
Oh my God.
They're very, very territorial and just aggressive. They're aggressive little dogs.
Ours got a lot better. I think they were a little bit mean to him. And he, like, when we got him, it was like he didn't know how to run. He was never like out, and we live on a farm, so we take our dogs out to the barn with us and stuff. It was like, I don't know how to run, you know. He was just real weird.
Oh my God.
I gotta answer this. Like,
it's nice to see like your stuff go over overseas, and find out where it's going, kind of, even, if you can, message them and see, just, kind of like have a conversation or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat to, find out how other people live and, maybe why they're getting an item or something, if they message them.
Yeah, it really is. I like sending those to and just seeing the different places it goes because it's like
Mhm.
we've had one go to Australia. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
I can't afford to go there, but my stuff can, so I'm okay with that.
Mhm. Right.
It's like, can I hitch a ride with it?
Yeah, I know, right? Can I just sit myself in the box?
If you don't mind paying the extra fare, I'll bring it to you personally. I'll hand deliver it.
See how customs goes then.
Well, we've never shipped a human. I said, first time for everything.
I know.
Yeah.
It is just kind of cool. It's like traveling without going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to leave my country. I mean, I just, the way everything is, but at least I can go this way.
Live vicariously through our packages.
I know, right? That brings a whole other meaning now.
Yeah, but Hazmat would have to open my package when it got there because if I spent 3 days in a box.
Oh my God.
They make Depends. I'm sure they sell them on eBay too.
Get some NASA diapers.
Yeah. It's been tested, so we know it works.
Yeah.
Strap yourself into a porta potty and call it good. Glenn says he sends items to Australia all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do sometimes. I mean, mine just varies. I mean, I sent to UK last month.
Yeah.
Hong Kong 2 weeks ago. And then, or you know what? It wasn't Hong Kong. It was, what was it? It was, shoot, I can't remember. I think, it was, okay, the place that we have a beef with, or Trump has a beef with, or whatever. The ones that had the, oh gosh.
Not the nuclear Syria or the
oh my God, that didn't sound good.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was Tara. She broke something.
Was it the short man or
South?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, it's okay. I just told Jim that's good.
The Syria or
No,
the North?
No,
North
not
Korea?
Syria.
North Korea? Is that who it is?
Yes, South Korea.
North Korea.
I think
South Korea, one of them.
North Korea is the one that they have a beef with, right?
Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah, except now we're having talks or we're friends again.
So it's North. It was North Korea that I sent it to. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
You can't send stuff to North Korea.
Okay, people want to know about that drone.
I think I'm glitching.
Do we have a drone update?
Oh, they left.
She dropped out. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Jim disconnected before he got in trouble again.
I'm not talking about beef sandwiches. What the hell are you talking about, Hank? I was talking about who Trump was has a beef with or something, but I don't even know anything about politics right now. I'm just like, I have enough to worry about here, I can't focus on all of that. That's way too much stressful. Herbies.
Speaking about talking about different countries, I watched that Mysteries at the Museum. You guys ever seen that? And they were talking about X-ray records, like actual music records. And somewhere it was either in Czechoslovakia or Russia or someplace like that back in the
Yeah, my computer's
40s
really
or
being
50s.
stupid.
They had banned northern music. No U.S. music could be sent to that country or nothing. Everything had to be that people bought had to be from musicians from that country. Well, there was this bootlegger who made records, who copied them, and well, they pretty much banned using vinyl. Period. So he had
Right.
to come up with another substance to be able to copy these records on, and he found out that X-ray material was the same thickness and density as the vinyl at that time. So he was copying records onto actual X-ray sheets. So if you ever come
Wow.
across something like that, get it, because they are very valuable.
Huh.
You hold them up and you can see somebody's spine or leg
Wow.
bones. It's really cool. It was really interesting. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Huh.
So it's already used like X-ray.
Yeah, he was buying them, and they were smuggling into him from, doctors and stuff, because they would throw them away after, so long. So he started buying them up and making records out of them. When you hold
Wow.
them up, you can see bones. It was really cool. I've
Huh.
never
That
seen
is
nothing like
really
it.
neat.
I thought, man,
That
if I
is
ever come
really
across
neat.
them, I'll be able to retire.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get some Elvis recording on Aunt Lydia's hip.
Yeah. It was neat. I'd never seen nothing like it. They go for thousands,
Wow.
if not more.
Wouldn't that be something to find?
Yeah. Hey, Mama J.
Yeah, she's in here.
Uh-huh.
She had to disappear, I guess.
Sometimes you got to
Yep.
fall off the face of the earth for a few days and
Mhm.
bones are my jam.
That's just reading ahead. Are you an X-ray technician?
I think she is.
Yeah.
Or she was, or something like that.
I've gotten a couple of X-rays out of storage units, but
You
I
try
pretty
selling
much
them?
just throw them away.
See, I wouldn't throw anything like that away.
I would sell it. I'd put it in a nice frame and sell it.
Me too. Yep, me too. I mean, Todd, you got to think about it. People might use that for art,
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. I mean, you could sell that.
I don't know. That just sounds weird and creepy to me.
It's not.
I think it'd be cool to have something like that on the wall. Of course, I'm a little twisted.
You got your
anyway.
face pierced, Jessica?
Ow.
OJ says, did you pierce your face on purpose? Yeah.
Through your whole face.
Tara says, I hope it's not your whole face.
Oh,
Yeah, I hope it's not like an impaling accident.
yeah, I went through the same thing. I understand midlife crisis at a young age. It happens. You got to.
Last time I impaled my face, the screwdriver slipped and it went into my jaw.
Oh my God, Todd.
I know, it's
Oh.
scary.
One time Jim was cranking up a boat on a boat trailer and he thought he locked the crank, the runs the rope that cranks the boat up, and he was like leaning over, and it let loose, and it went like crazy spinning.
Oh man.
I'm like, oh my god! And you know when you stand there, like, oh, this ain't good. So the first thing on your mouth is like, oh my god, are you okay? He looks at me, he's like, how the f would I know? I'm thinking, well, okay, I'm sorry, Shody, but I thought for sure he's gonna be like spitting out his front teeth. I mean, it was really bad. I'm like, oh my god, I was surprised it didn't knock him out.
Oh wow.
That is.
Yeah, that is scary stuff. I hate those what is it, like a winch that you pull the boat up with or something onto the trailer?
Yeah, that's what this was.
Was that okay?
Yeah, it's that crank winch that pulls the boat up.
Yeah. We had something that snapped. And like a chain that snapped or something. And that thing went flying.
Oh yeah. I mean, when it doesn't hold because there's like pressure, I mean, it just goes crazy spinning and clocked him right in the face. I thought he broke his nose or broke his teeth out or whatever.
Oh wow.
Ow.
Well, you know that moment after you get hit or something like that, and all you can do is try to recover from the shock, and then somebody walks up and says, "Are you okay?"
I didn't say it like that, Todd. I was like, I'm like, oh my god.
Even hardly.
It wasn't like I came like, oh, are you okay? Do you want a Band-Aid? Like, oh my
No,
god.
I mean, it's like,
I can't believe you're still standing right now. So
you can't even hardly breathe, much less answer a question coherently. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I guess. I'm still alive.
yeah. I did that on the ski slope one time. I was gonna did a big old jump off a mogul and landed crooked, and my leg was twisted up past my head, and I was like, and everybody else around skis up and goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
One time I was skiing, and Jim's scared to ski. He did it with me some, but he's scared. So I'm skiing one time, and they'd have like these little, I call them like off-road trails, where people will make their own trails through the woods, and they're like real bumpy, jumpy. So this kid's in front of me doing it. He wipes out, but he has like he's got downhill skis on. He's got his foot wedged in a tree. He's screaming, crying. I'm like, oh my God, this kid broke his ankle or something. But his kid with him went and hit his ski off. Well, it was just the pressure with the ski on. So once he got his boot out of the ski, he was okay. And they just got up and skied away. Cause I'm like, oh my God, if I got to help this kid with his broke ankles.
Oh wow.
I had a drill bit.
That's scary shit.
Yeah, I mean, that kid was wailing. I thought for sure he broke his ankle.
I had a drill bit go through my finger. It went through one side and out the other.
Oh,
I was working on a part at work, and the drill bit broke, so it snapped and it went right through my finger. And I'm standing there like, so I had my person next to me come and unchuck the drill bit, and I walked up to my supervisor and I'm holding up my hand. He's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I walk around every day with a damn drill bit sticking through my finger, dumbass. I think I need to go get it removed."
Oh my God.
Oh, that is, power tool accidents are the worst.
Okay.
Oh, I had him going right in here. The bit from a number 2 bit went straight through here and out the other side. I mean, I'm surprised I still have fingers. But
Oh my
Wow.
luckily I have a high tolerance for pain, but except for when they had to back that out of my finger. That wasn't fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I cut the end of this one off, changing glass in a house we were remodeling. And my husband at the time, he's standing behind me working. I was trying to get this window open, and it wouldn't open, and it broke. The pane broke, and just sliced my finger. And I'm like, I turn around, it's like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I'm like, "My finger's hanging off."
Oh no.
Blood out like this. I said, "Do I look okay?"
Oh my God.
Like, that's one of the things. Like, here's your sign. Why do you ask questions like that? Are you okay?
Wow.
Well, I think it's like the person that witnessed it happen is in shock too. So it's just like it's just words out of your mouth. You're not
the first thing they can think
coming out of your mouth. You're like, "Oh my God, did I just see that? And are you okay?" You're like, "Oh my God." I mean,
Oh
would you
my
rather have the
God.
person like run away going, that's fucked up. I can't handle it.
That's hilarious.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have never had a broken bone except my tailbone has been chipped on the end. But other than that, I've never had a broken bone, and I am like so damn surprised because anytime that I was drunk, like at parties or whatever, that was my go-to was to try and do the splits. And usually like I could do almost a split. But man, I would try every single time, I think. And like I just felt like, I could do cartwheels and, and
Okay.
just be fine. But, like I'd do a cartwheel and end up, on the ground crying, and I
Sally,
would
I
just
gotta
try shit.
ask, why, when you're drunk, are you trying to do the splits? Like,
I
okay,
don't
I'm
know.
now I need to do,
I felt
can-
invincible.
and I can tell you, I've never tried to do like gymnastics moves around. or
Oh,
anything.
that was my thing. That was my thing. But I'm not as flexible as I used to be. But like during that time, I was super flexible, and like I could hold my hand up like this and kick it,
Yeah, my
Like-
dog used to do that.
or just stand there and hold my foot.
Hmm
Okay.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what we
I-
would call you, Sally? Hey, it's Sally, the drunk Mary Lou Retton.
but that was my second trick because skinny dipping was always my first when there was water.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that probably led to a lot of problems. So Sally's naked, skinny dipping, and then doing gymnastics. I mean, oh boy, you're really asking for trouble, Sally. Look at me, I can hold my toe with my hand.
I get scared. I get scared. Hold my beer. There's some water.
There's a bunch of
Yeah.
guys at the wow, look how she
Hold my beer and then hold my clothes. Yep, that was. I had some fun. We used to have some fun.
Funny.
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah, it was like liquid courage. Yeah, and I'm
with Hank.
sure. I'm sure I'm not from the South, Hank.
Yeah.
I'm from California.
all of us Southern girls you get drinking, you get naked. It happens. It
Is
just
that what
happens.
happens?
You get to drinking, you get naked. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Same here.
tequila makes your clothes fall off.
Yeah, but you know what?
You don't even need tequila.
No, Sally's from California, but then they have like a bunch of those Okies ended up like moving to California, so you probably got like those Southern type girls over there.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe I had a grandpa that was from Kentucky.
I'll see.
So-
There it is. It's the hillbilly in her.
And like Hank said, it's hot here, so we have to stay naked half the time. And the humidity makes your clothes just go everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that was just how I was. I skinny dipped one time and I was like, oh my God, this is the shit. I love this.
I can't skinny dip anymore, but I can chunky dunk.
Yeah, no, I never skinny dip because I was always
Shit, I don't even call it that. I don't even call it chunky dunking. I'm skinny dipping because that's how I feel when I'm in the water.
That's funny.
Water makes me feel skinny, so I'm calling it skinny dipping, damn it.
That's right.
White girl wasted. Yep. For sure.
White girl always tell.
I sometimes wish I could drink like I used to, but I'm like, God, I don't know how it didn't take me like days to recover. You know, like now it would take me probably a week to recover from one night of drinking,
Yeah.
like how I used to do. And then you see these people and they can drink every single night and get drunk off their ass and they go to work the next morning.
Oh, that's
It's
how
like,
I wouldn't be hungover really. I would get up at 7 in the morning and go do my shit.
You gotta
oh my
stay on it,
God.
Allie. You gotta stay. You can't let off the throttle though. You get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You take a shot.
Well, that's
Rolling. They'll take you right in the next.
whenever I worked at the hospital, I remember there was a couple of times where I felt like I was still drunk the next,
probably were.
like
Yeah, probably.
like the next day. And yeah, and I felt like crap because I felt like I was hungover, plus I was still drunk.
Mhm.
And
Well, when I
so,
used to get really drunk, so if I got back home, like let's say 3 in the morning, I always, because usually by then, I mean, you're really spinning. I usually always made sure I threw up before I went to bed,
Oh my
because
God.
otherwise
Yeah.
you get the bed spins
Oh,
really
those
bad.
are the worst.
And then you get some of that booze out of your system. So then when you go pass out, you know, you're done. And not that I made myself throw up, but it's just like, I know I'm going to throw up anyway. So I'm going to just go wait till I throw up before I try to go to bed.
Don't feel.
Yeah.
I threw up that one time when I was in 5th grade. So.
Okay. Yeah, we're tough. We do stupid stuff like he threw up in his kitchen sink. That's just gross. See,
I
did.
don't remember that.
And I always made sure I threw up where I didn't have to like deal with it the next day, you know, where it was gone.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I've done that a couple of times too, to where I felt like, oh my God, I just need to throw up so I feel better.
Yeah. It helps with the bed spins too, because otherwise, sometimes if you lay down with a big gut full of booze, I mean, you feel like you're really spinning, you know.
Well, we would go to Denny's and eat after a night of drinking, you know, and so one night we went to Denny's and I was like, I felt like I was drunk, but I was hungover because it was like a couple of nights drinking, you know, and I went in the bathroom and threw up and then went back and ate food. That's awful. That's bad. That's not good.
I remember
Wow.
my graduation party. We got schnockered here, and then a bunch of us went down to somebody else's house and drank some more. And we come back up here, and we're sitting out there, and they're like, "Oh, let's all go to Skyline." So we went to Skyline and ate conies with everything on it. I come home, and I had a waterbed.
Oh, God.
I laid down in that waterbed, and my dad comes in there, starts bouncing that waterbed. How you feeling? And all of a sudden, I'm like, all over it.
Seasick.
Yeah. My mom was back there. Hee hee hee. How you feeling? Get away from me. I ended up sleeping on the floor that night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Excuse me.
We used to always think that filling up on food would make you, you know, feel a little better. You wouldn't feel so bad, but no, it'd make you worse. Ours is always Waffle House or Crystals we have instead of White Castle. So you knew all the drunk people.
White Castles.
We'd always know the drunk people because it'd be a 12 o'clock line all the way around the building. That's all the drunk people.
Yeah.
Cops didn't even mess with you. They're like, all right, just get your food, go.
We had a choice between Denny's and Taco Bell.
Oh. Yeah, Denny's probably been better because you can get biscuits that way.
And soak up some of the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't do that crap anymore either.
I don't think I could do it anymore, honestly.
I don't either.
Yeah. We didn't have a restaurant, so everybody would go to the grocery store that was open 24 hours in the summer and go get something to eat. And I just remember there was this older lady that worked third shift, and she had like cat hair all over her like shirt or whatever, you know, and she just like looked with us like disgust that we're in there drunk.
Oh my God.
Nikki says we had been to the hospital today.
Oh, good.
I got this really great shirt for free, but there's no maker's tag in it. No brand. It's a twofer. Got a little bling bling on it. I hate when they take the tags out. Now I gotta try to figure out what it is.
Figure out, yeah.
Well, good job, Chris.
Oh, that is awesome.
We miss you, Nikki. Her dad should be getting out of the hospital today, just so y'all know.
Oh, good.
Just an update, and she can't wait until her life gets back to normal.
Oh. That's good. He's doing good, though.
All right, where am I at?
Yeah, I don't understand how people can do that.
Well, I used to do it a little bit, but in my defense, I didn't get drunk every night, only on the weekends.
Yeah, it was more like of a
Like
just
Friday
a couple of drinks or something.
No, I hit it pretty hard on the weekend.
Oh,
No, it wasn't.
I was trying to make you sound good, Tara.
No, I had a routine. So. I got offended because Jim's like sitting. This is before when we were
Well, she married her bartender, so that should tell you something.
He goes, like, first starts talking to me, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you drink a lot," and I'm like offended. I'm like, "Well,"
you drink a lot of Captain.
I'm like, "What kind of thing is that to say to somebody? You know, like, oh, you drink a lot." Anyway, but anyway, everybody at the table, like, there was this guy there who he drank way more than me. He just shakes his head and looks at me. Yes, I'm like, well, that's not good. Anyway. But we had a good time.
Hell yeah. Me and Hank would have been good naked swimming water gymnastic buddies.
Oh, yeah. We probably had some fun.
I had this one friend, and she's gone now. She actually died, I think it's 2 years ago now. She was 1 year younger than me. She was one of my partying buddies, but she had a lot of kids. She had 4 kids, and so she was just, always busy. But nights that she could get out, she would come over. And the first night that she was hanging around me and stuff, she was like, "You're freaking crazy." She knew me in high school, and then, like, I hadn't seen her in forever. And then she comes to one of our house parties, and we had a pool and a hot tub. And so we would run from the pool to the hot tub, and then from the hot tub back to the pool, and we were naked. and it was just so fun. Like, in the middle of summer in California, and we were out in the middle of nowhere, like in orange groves, it was just so fun. But she was like, "You are crazy." And, I got her to do it a couple of times, but she just thought I was nuts. But, like, I had a lot of friends, that, we would, all get together at, our house and just have a big old, party, music. We did lots of DVR, which is Dance Dance Revolution. We did Karaoke Revolution. We did Rock Band. We did all of those games, and we would just have a blast. It was just so fun. Guitar Hero.
Me and Jim used to do a lot of Guitar Hero. It was super
Mhm.
fun. Actually, I'd like to get it for the PS4.
Well, you have it out in the.
No, not I want PS4. I want a new one.
Yeah, I loved those games. I mean, and you know, right at first when we first got Guitar Hero, it was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not coordinated enough.
Oh,
And it just takes a while to learn how to do it.
yeah.
I mean, it's just, you have to
And then
just
you get
practice and
delusional, like you can really play guitar, you know.
yeah, I know.
Oh man, I should have played Rock Band. I can really play this guitar.
Oh, we had all that until a couple of years ago, and I sold it all because the kids stopped playing, and we never had time to play, so we just got rid of it. Well, yeah, so we would play, you know, with the kids and stuff, and we had, you know, the drums, and we had guitars, and we had
Nikki's here.
microphones, and
Nikki came back.
yay! Hi, Nikki.
It's like a reunion show. Jessica and Mama J's in the chat. Nikki's back.
How you doing, Nikki?
Good. I didn't mean to interrupt your story, Sally.
Oh no, you didn't.
All right. We had to announce you back.
Yeah. How's it going?
All right. How are you guys?
All right.
Good.
Probably
Just
shouldn't show
doing
my
this.
dad's address.
No, we want to see you.
No, my dad's house number was on there. I probably shouldn't show that.
Everybody's cool, you know. Oh, I know, Chris. I'm sure it was crazy for, you know, people that really knew how to play guitar to play Guitar Hero, and they're like, "What is this damn thing?" You know,
Yeah.
that's not how you play the song.
Yeah. Well, see, the great thing is when you don't know how to play guitar, and then you're like, "Oh wow, I'm really good at playing guitar."
Yeah, I was like,
Really good
yeah,
at it.
I really should get a regular guitar and learn how to play the song.
Yeah.
Then you get the guitar. It's like, where's the buttons?
Yeah. My codes.
Of course, now they got that Rocksmith too that you can hook your actual guitar up to your PlayStation.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
is
fun.
really that's
Fun.
ingenious.
I have that, and it's really fun. So
I'm glad that somebody made that because I actually thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
That was my creation, and they just kind of stole it, but it's all right. I didn't jump on it. It's my fault.
I'm waiting for somebody to come buy my cart.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm gonna sell my little cart. My little
Oh,
power
awesome.
wagon.
Chris says, I wish Metallica was just red, blue, yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that South Park where they're like doing the guitar and they all like, and then you know they have the music off, so it's just click, 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 click.
Yep. Yep. That's hilarious. Yeah, I have a sister she is like super talented, and I've tried to like learn from her. Nope. I just it's just not, you know, my talent. I just never.
I never really tried to pick up a musical instrument. Well, I tried to play piano a little bit, and
Me too.
I just
Yeah.
never thought that way. I never caught on. I mean, I could play piano as long as somebody put the notes on the keys. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
Well, I knew how to make chords and stuff, you know, but you know, on the piano and on a guitar, but as far as doing a song or anything like that, creative, I just could not.
See, I can't read music, so I have to play everything how I hear it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how my husband is too. He plays the guitar. He don't read music. He just plays by ear.
I have tried and tried and
My
tried
sister
to read
too.
music and cannot do it.
Yeah.
course,
like 3 chords. It's like 3 chords, and these guys are tired and drunk all the time. You can do it.
No, I tried. He actually tried to teach me, and he just grabbed the guitar. He says, "Forget it. You just can't do it."
My ex-husband and my sister, they both learned how to play guitar mostly by listening to Nirvana.
Oh wow!
Because Nirvana, you can play songs that are like 2 or 3 chords, and it's just basically repeating.
Yeah.
And it gets you, it gets you practicing, those chords, and you can play other stuff. So yeah, they both picked up guitar really easily, just by Nirvana.
The first
Yeah.
first song I learned to play was House of the Rising Sun because it was my mom's favorite, and I was determined to learn that song, and I did.
I love that song too. Yes, Nirvana is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Nirvana.
I can play accordion and violin by ear or with notes.
I know, you're awesome, Nikki.
My mom
Man,
used
I
to
wish
play-
I could read music.
I imagine.
You wish you could read music and you were a band teacher.
Probably teaching all that music. Todd's probably sick of reading music.
You should do music teaching videos.
Oh yeah, you should do videos like teaching
Oh my
people
God,
how to.
God.
You probably do really good.
Oh my God.
There's people that do that, like learn how to play guitar in YouTube videos, and
He
actually
doesn't want to do that shit. He did it for years and years and years. He just wants to resell now.
Okay, Tom, when you're sitting at home, do you ever like feel like I want to play the trombone or whatever, or the guitar? Do you ever play anymore or no?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll drag out the old instrument and play a little bit, and
Okay, well that did. Drag it out.
Your mind
OJ said
went.
Todd faked it for 40 years.
Todd, you got to pull out something cool, not like the harpsichord or something.
Yeah,
Something trendy. This ain't the 1700s.
I know.
That's funny.
No, it's just, yeah, learning how to read music is just a time thing. You got to put away the time and just do it. It's not hard. You just got to spend the time.
Mr. Sadie, did you play in a band or something?
He does play in a band.
I think he
Oh,
does.
wow.
No,
Where have you been, Sally?
I don't know.
So hi, Nikki Nixter from Nickerville. What's up?
Hi. I tried to sell my Power Wagon on Facebook. Some showed up yesterday with one of those riding coolers thinking I was going to trade them for it.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, no. How can you think that a riding cooler would be anything close to my Power Wagon?
Power wagons, you ride on sulky behind it.
Well,
It's got like a little cart in front of it. You drive.
is that like that thing that went for $5,000 at that auction?
Was that a cart that you sat on sulky behind? Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a riding wheelbarrow.
Yeah, we saw one at an auction. We're standing there, and it went up to like $5 or $6 grand, and everybody's like, "Why in the hell are they bidding this up so much? They only sell new for X amount."
I said
And
there's
there was 2 family members. The mother, grandma had died, and both those family members wanted it, and they just ran it up.
there's a complete stranger standing next to me in the crowd, and he looks over. He goes, "Can you believe what they're paying for that?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "You know what? I don't even know you, but me and you start a partnership. We're going to start building these in a garage, and we're going to make millions." I mean, there ain't
A
that much.
Power Wagon is like $1,500 brand new or something like that.
How much?
I think they're like $1,500 or something.
Yeah, this one they bid it up to like $5 or $6 grand. Well, what it was like a brother and sister or
They didn't
whatever.
like each other.
They didn't like each other, and they both wanted Mama's Power Wagon, and they just went crazy on it.
Wow. What's their numbers? I'll give them a call.
I don't know. That was a while back. That had to be 5 or 6 years ago.
Then they got in a pissing match with the auctioneer because then they're like, "Okay, no, well, we didn't mean to do that or whatever." And the auctioneer's like, "Hey, there's other people who would have paid up for this thing because now they don't want to. They want to take it out of the auction." And the auctioneer's like, "No, I get my. They don't want to pay the auctioneer her fee."
her commission on that one item because they had bid it up so high.
And she's like, no, that ain't how it works, dummies.
Oh. Yeah, I might just bring it. I might bring it up to the auction and maybe, but I don't know. I want to make sure I get enough for it though.
Did you not like it? Because I know you bought it. You were going to use it.
Yeah, I liked it, but I dumped myself off it a couple times last year and almost ran myself over with it. So,
Oh,
I thought,
You have like a love-hate relationship with it. You love it, but
yeah,
then you almost killed
and
yourself
I
with it.
hate to see it go, and if it doesn't go for a certain amount, I'm not selling it.
Yeah.
Nikki,
I
you
kinda
can
got
buy
that.
those aftermarket holders for your red Solo cups. You know,
Yeah.
you won't have to be trying to hold on to the Solo cup while you're driving it.
I know. I kind of got the I don't want to sell it price on it. So we'll see if somebody comes up with it. If they come up with it, I'll over double my money and then I'll sell it. But my dad's like, selling that. Do you need money? I'll give you money. You don't have to sell it. I'm like, Dad, I don't need money. I said I dumped myself off of it a couple times last year. It's dangerous. I don't want it.
Well, you could go buy a golf cart or something that you might like better.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I have a couple golf carts. They just have to get fixed.
Well, I just anything you like better.
Nikki, is there anything in that shed that you don't have?
Huh? Anything? What?
I said, is there anything in your shed that you don't have?
Got all kinds of stuff.
We could just randomly mention golf cart or swimming pool, and I've got 3 of those.
Yeah. That's the same with Tara and Jim. They have everything too. Well, that's what happens when you go to auctions all the time. You find everything.
Yep, you get good deals on stuff.
When I walk around an auction, it's rare that I find something I don't have.
Yeah. That's why people like coming to my rummage sales because I have such a wide variety of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, just stuff that you don't normally see at a rummage sale.
If it's worth less than $5, I definitely have one.
Yeah.
All right. Today's half price at the rummage sale, so I gotta head out.
Is it the Lutherans?
Yep.
You're gonna
Yay,
go, you gonna go beat up those Lutherans for a while?
Yep. So I'll be back in a little bit. Every time they do half price, it's right before they put out all the new stuff. So it's usually crap. But anyway.
All right.
Might find a few
go
gems.
sift through that crap.
Okay.
Oh.
I think everybody ran away, didn't they?
I gotta go in.
Oh yeah, even Sally's on me.
Yeah.
Noise, all this goddamn traffic.
Well,
Lived out in the country for 10 years. I come here, it's like, Jesus Christ, does the noise ever stop? So much cars.
How's Lugnut doing? Did he get better?
Good. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a lot better. He's he's fine. But then the other day I was at home and I let him out and we had a bunch of by the garage still yet. And all of a sudden he like falls on his side and I was like, "Oh no." He just fell over, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit." Well then all of a sudden I see him, he's like wiggling in the snow. I was like, "You little shithead." He was just enjoying the snow.
Did
No,
you
he's
ever
doing
find out what
fine.
happened to him though? Like if something got him?
Never found out really. But every time we let them out together, even now Willow, they're gone for like 3-4 hours and won't come back.
Oh wow.
So they're on the hunt for something. Even little Willow is out and about looking for something. And they go the same place. So I don't know, there must have been something wild or something that they were going after.
Something in that area.
Yeah, they always go back to the same place. Yeah, they're gone for a few hours. I hear them barking, but they won't come back. So now they can't go out together at all.
They got in trouble.
Dad's dog just puked. Gross.
Will you sell the trailer for $200 cash? Sure, right?
Just the trailer?
Yep.
Still Morgan dollars.
No, I'm sick. I got a horrible cold.
Probably lack of sleep and always running around everywhere. Probably drop your immune system down.
I think I'm run down.
Bless your heart.
I was actually hoping my dad would be in the hospital like another day or two, but
It's like a mini vacation sometimes when they're in the hospital, somebody else is taking care of them, you know. That's horrible. I know. I have thought that in the past too. It's like, oh, I can get some stuff organized in the hospital, somebody else is taking care of them.
I feel like a piece of shit, but saying that.
Hey, I've thought it. I know that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Amanda's at home and she's taking care of the homestead and I'm just hanging out in town.
Yeah.
Taking care of my dad. I'm up and down at the hospital all the time.
Where's the other? Did say?
He didn't say. He just said we take $200 for that trailer, and I said yes.
My dad was like really messed up, boy. He wasn't like, he was like sleeping all the time. He was any sense. He was like just totally just discombobulated completely.
Huh.
And I thought maybe he was just taking too many pain pills. So I knocked him down to one pain pill and then he still wasn't getting any better. So we brought him into the emergency room and sure enough, his kidneys weren't working right. And so with all them toxins in his system, they were all...
Yeah, it's like having an infection or something.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he's been in the hospital. So.
Yeah, my mom, you know, well, I told you my mom had the bad diabetes. She get like an infection in her system. And I could always, I could tell just by the way she was acting that she had something going on, you know, because they just don't act right.
Yeah.
They even like don't talk right. You know what I mean? Like they say like kind of, I always said it was like she was loopy, you know, they'd say kind of wacky stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was where he's like, what are you giving me? Are you giving me the wrong pills? I'm like, Dad, I'm not giving you the wrong pills.
Yeah, but I would have listed it as one.
And well, when I brought it, you know, anytime an old person goes into the hospital, now if anybody listening works in a hospital, don't just assume just because they're old, they're feeble, and that this is the normal way that they're supposed to be. Because they're like, well, you know, he's 70, almost 75, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, he's not this. He works 2 days a week. He's an active member of the Knights of Columbus, 2 degrees. I said he holds an office in 2 degrees. I said he's an active member of the STEAM Club. I said he goes, you know, and he takes care of himself. Well, sometimes this happens. It's like, no, there is something wrong with him. I said, you need to take a blood test. There's something wrong with him. They took a blood test. They got him all this, and put a catheter in him and got all this damn urine off of him. And now he's like normal. And they're like, wow, he really is, you know, active and takes care of him. I said, yeah, I told you that, you know.
I think when Tara's uncle was sick and we were at the hospital with him, it's like there's this new thing in medicine, kind of like let nature take its course. You got to understand, you know. I mean, they're just, to me, it's like, oh my God, they're almost ready to put everybody. It's like dogs. It's like, oh yeah, it's too expensive to fix them. Just put them to sleep. It's like that's what the medical system's getting to. I think that's where now our average lifespan is actually going backwards. We're starting to get a shorter lifespan on the average. I think that's why, is because they want to spend all the resources on young people, giving them, I guess, preventative. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm thinking to myself, if this was you, you wouldn't be so quick to pull the plug, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Say that about somebody else.
When my mom, the night she went to the emergency room, and I'm like, I thought she died because she stopped breathing, but she came back. So anyway, long story short, I go into the hospital. I'm talking to the doctor. I said, you know what? I think she died. She quit breathing for whatever reason. She came back. I said, but there's like, if you've seen something die, and I hate to equate it to animals, but like I've seen enough horses die, there's other stuff besides stopping breathing, like weird movements that their body will do. It's like delayed movements out to limbs or whatever. So I said this to him, and I don't want to look like a nut. So he gives me a pamphlet about fainting and how, they can appear like they're not breathing anymore when they faint. So they send her home. It's midnight. And the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, she's lying dead in her bed. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, she never even got a chance to read the fainting pamphlet.
Wow. Yeah, it just kind of ticks me off that they just kind of, it's kind of like with my mom and my sister when they had diabetes and everything that was wrong with, it's because of the diabetes. Oh, it's because we can't fix this because of the diabetes.
Yeah.
Why can't you fix it?
Or they like write it off. They don't even sometimes it seems like, and I don't know, maybe it's everywhere, but it's specifically in the area I live in, the medical system that supports here. Now it's much more like, like that night they were talking to my mom. He's like, well, let me ask you this, Karen. He goes, you've been in the ER 3 times in 72 hours, and he's saying it kind of shitty, like she's abusing the system or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, her blood pressure is like down at 52. I mean, she's got something bad going on. Yeah. Anyway, so, and he goes, let me ask you this. If you needed open heart surgery, would you go through that process? And my mom goes, yeah, I think I would. And he looks at her and he says this. He goes, really? Oh, really? You would? And I'm sitting like, God, does this guy know something that I don't know? You know what I mean? Does he know something that's going on I don't know? But anyway. So, yes, I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
Then they're telling me
that has to be, that's coming from medical school. I can tell you, because it's all over. You can tell it's their new training.
Yeah.
Tag them and bag them.
Yeah, and then they're telling me, well, he may not come back from this, so you're probably going to have to arrange him to either go to a nursing home.
Oh, my God.
I said, no. I said, my dad is not going to a nursing home. I said, first of all, I would shut my house down and move in with him. Yeah. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with him as his mind goes. I said, once you get all this urine and stuff off of him, he is going to be fine. And sure enough, they got fluids in him. They got all that urine off of him. And he's back to normal.
Did they do the thing where they read him the story or no?
Read them what?
The story. They read a story and then they have to answer questions back after the story.
I don't think they've done that.
Oh, they did that with my uncle. Yeah.
But the social follows you, and I'm like, we don't need a social worker.
Yeah, they bring up. That's what they do right away, though, because he's at that age bracket. They bring a social worker in right away, and they're going to determine. Like with my uncle, he ended up in the hospital. They weren't going to let him go. Either he was going to live. I said, well, he's going to live with me now, so it doesn't matter. So then it was okay. But I mean, it's like, okay, yep, let's put him into the nursing home now, and that's why they bring the social worker in.
And then they had to interview Tara. It's like, well, what is your job situation? Will you be able to be there all the time for them? Because they're really pushing to institutionalize a person.
Yeah. Well, I think they get a goddamn kickback from it, is what they do, because they're always trying to push the damn people into a nursing home,
Oh, it's a huge racket, those nursing homes. I mean, you know what they charge for those beds? And those people don't live in that great of accommodations. I mean, it's like $9,000 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they're all like, wow, I can't believe how he's come back. I was like, I told you guys.
Yeah.
Like, they act like you don't know anything. It's like, I know my dad,
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Well, when he first went in the emergency room, I said, well, I'm going to go back there with him. And she's like, no, you just stay out here. The doctor evaluates him. I said, no. I said, I want to be back there before the doctor gets there. I want to be there when the doctor is there, because I want her to know that this is not him. Well,
Yeah.
the doctor will evaluate him, and then she'll call you in, and you guys can talk. I said, no. I said, I want to be in there. Well, you can't really be in there, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm his daughter.
They will do that bullshit, Nikki, because they will do that. They'll say, "Oh yeah, the doctor will talk to you afterwards." That doctor hits it and quits it. I mean, they're in and out because they got so many patients. They got these doctors working on 3 times the amount of patients they should be. They're in there and they're out in minutes. They'll be gone. They'll be in their car driving to the next hospital before you find out they left the building.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did the right thing to make sure you're in there to nail their foot to the floor, because otherwise they'll split.
Well, then they weren't calling me back. And so then I kept calling back there. I'm like, because they've got the door locked, you know.
Yeah.
To the emergency room. And I says, can I come back now? I said, my dad is back there. No, he's not ready yet. Well, they're still getting him ready. I said, I want to be there before the doctor gets in there.
Yeah.
I said, I demand it. And I called like 3 more times. Finally, we'll let you in, you know. But yeah, I was like, no, you're not gonna deem my dad as incompetent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did the right thing, Nikki. You got to be an advocate, because they are not going to be the advocate. I can tell you that.
Oh, exactly. And even if my dad was like this the rest of his life, they're still not going to nursing home.
Yeah. My uncle, when his heart was failing, he was going into hospice. I still was bringing him back into my house. He just died before he made it back out of the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, that I just wasn't going to do it. And I was scared it was going to be hard or whatever, but I'm like, I'm not going to go have him like a old rotten carrot and throw him in the corner somewhere until he wilts away, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, if anybody said hi to me in the chat or anything, I can't see the chat, so hi everybody.
All right.
But yeah, it's upsetting how fast they're so willing to just throw the elderly aside.
Yeah, it's the new system. It's the new way. It's all over the place, and they got to be teaching it.
Yeah,
Just like all of a sudden when public schools change, it comes from the top. They say, well, no, this is the way we're going to change education, and it changes all over the country. And it's the same thing they're doing with medicine. They're really turning it into a person dies and then they're replaced by another person. So don't waste a lot of resources on this old person, which sounds great unless you're the freaking old person who's got the Social Security check that's paying for, and the Medicare that's paying for all this stuff. You know, that's why you have Medicare, so that you don't, you know what I mean? So you don't die in a ditch somewhere. But now they take you to the hospital and you just write you off. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
It's too much. Anyway, that's our experience with the last 2 deaths in our family.
what they do when they see my dad come in is a guy who's got good insurance, who's elderly, and he's got possessions and a bank account that they can drain, is what they see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle had very good insurance. He had Medicare, of course, because he was 86 years old, and then he had his regular insurance with his pension plan. You know what I mean? So he had good insurance. That I mean, yeah, and they just love. That's what they. It's such a racket. They just, you know, they charge that shit up and that. And he was somebody that hardly ever used the system or that.
Yeah. Let me tell you, if he was just had nothing, you know, they never pushed that shit with law because she had nothing. You know, she got Social Security every month. That was all she got. And some months, if it wasn't for me and Gary, she would have to try to decide whether to eat or take her pills every month.
Mm-hmm.
They never tried to pull that shit with my mother-in-law, you know, because she didn't have anything for them to get.
Yeah.
They didn't want to take her on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I mean, like my uncle, he had a heart event where his heart's failing. So he ends up in the hospital. But then Medicare or his insurance only pays for the hospital for so many days. I think they only have like 10 days. So now they have to decide where you're going to go. You either could go into like a rehabilitation facility or whatever. So they put him in for heart rehabilitation. He wasn't going to make it through because his heart was failing. But anyway, So he ended up going to the emergency room at this heart rehabilitation center, which it's a nursing home and a rehabilitation center connected to each other. So he's at the emergency room, you know, where they're giving me the news that he's going to go on hospice or whatever. And then this broad calls me up and she's like, well, do you want to put down $800 to reserve his bed? Because if he's gone more than, if he's gone more than like 6 or 8 hours, you have to put down money to reserve his bed. Otherwise, we have to reapply for the bed, and I can't guarantee that it will still be available. Really? You have empty rooms. I think the bed will still be available, you dumbass. Anyway, you know, it was so ridiculous.
You think you're going to get a big run on old people or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a rat. I mean, and that's the first thing they ask besides insurance, you know, what asset the person owns, all this stuff. Because that's what they want to do. They want to get them in the long haul. They're going to tag any assets, real estate and stuff, and they're going to just suck that stuff dry. And if the poor person lives for, like, let's say a year and a half in the nursing home, it's like they own nothing by the time it's done because it just sucks it all dry.
Yeah.
Sure does.
And that's the thing. I mean, realistically, my dad's 75. So what? He could live realistically for another 20 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not ready to put him in the fucking ground yet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're ready to. Like,
yeah, but you know how they do? It's a checklist because they have access to all his medical records. So they're looking that he was in the hospital like in the winter or whenever he had this other kidney infection. Was he in the hospital once or twice? So now to them, it's like a map that this is the direction this man's going. So yes, he should be in a care facility. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just how they think now.
Yeah. They got me to go through before they do that.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like a
but thank God he has you, because think about all the old people that their kids like moved away or live far away or stuff like that.
They have nobody to protect them.
Yeah, they just get shuffled right into the system.
I mean, my mother-in-law, I had to put her in the nursing home because she could not, she absolutely could not do nothing for herself. She couldn't walk, she couldn't transfer, nothing. And I couldn't lift her. She was heavy set. So, I mean, she had to go into a nurse. But, you know, as long as my dad can do stuff, there's no way I'm going to let. He protected me all my life, but now it's my turn. There's no way they are going to take my dad.
Yeah. I did that with my uncle, he was my uncle, but he was like my parent. I mean, he lived with us. We'd be working on eBay, and he'd be sitting in the room with us, talking with us.
Complaining about the tape.
Complaining about Jim taping boxes. What is with all this tape? Why do you guys keep taping stuff? What's with all this noise? Anyway.
Yeah. Well, my dad's not anywhere close to the nursing home. Like I said, he works 2 days a week. He's active. He goes out to dinner. He's out doing this, doing that. He's, you know, drive. He can still drive. He can still, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he just had his new knee put in. Hello.
Yeah.
He's not ready to chair.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always dread, I mean, not just because he's sick, but yeah, I always dread him having to go to the hospital because I know they're just checking this off as one more time.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, that's how it is now. I didn't realize that. I was driving, and this has been, my uncle died in 2013, but they always talk to me like kind of weird. Like I could tell they're like tiptoeing around me, you know, because I'd be like asking questions. They weren't giving me very straight answers and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, it just like clicked. I'm like, oh my God. I come home, I'm like, Jim, they had me like written down like I'm a problem person to deal with or something. And then that's why they were acting weird and didn't want to tell me anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway. And it just hit me like 4 years later or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you think all these people are here to help you, and they're not. You know?
Yeah.
But we know about these social workers.
I believe, yes, you need social workers, but sometimes in this kind of setting, I mean, you have to be very careful when you're talking to like these social workers at the hospital because they're just gathered. They'll use your words against you if they can.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready to fight.
It's like freaking trying to, you know, once you're on their radar,
Yeah.
It's like being like those people that get tagged by CPS, you know. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah. I agree.
You know. Once you're on the radar, boy.
You think they act like they're there to help you. Like when they're talking to the old person, they don't give two shits about your family dynamic or anything, because they're going to do whatever they think is right. So if the right thing they do is to think like we need to put this old person in the nursing home, then that's just if they have the ability to take over and do it, they'll do it.
Yeah. Well, we know about these social workers from when my mom was sick, you know, and back then, I mean, you know, I was in my 20s, so yeah, I mean, it was no problem taking care of her. You know, I could lift her and everything else, you know, and they were always trying to get my mom into a nursing home, and my dad, hell, you know, he's over my dead body, he'll put my wife in a nursing home, you know, and yeah, it's just once you get on their dang radar.
Oh yeah, I know. I feel for you, Nikki.
And it's like, you know, I don't need you. You know, the social worker, you know, she keeps calling me. I'm like, I don't need your help. Well, do you need me to make calls for you? Do you need me? No, I don't need you. I do not need you.
Yeah, no, they want to be involved like this, so they can intervene or step in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that they can prove that you're not doing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't need you. I have plenty of family. If I need help, I have plenty of family that will help me.
Yeah.
Just get away from me. I don't even talk to them. I tell them, just go away.
Yeah.
Because that's a representative of the state, and the state's interest and your best interest may not be aligned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're looking for the greater good, and the greater good may be wanting to run you over. So be careful.
Yeah, the state's interest is getting this nice 5-bedroom home on a 5-acre lot, or I mean 5 lot, excuse me, and his van and his steam engine and his, you know, that's what that interest is. Yeah. My interest is taking care of my dad so that he can continue to enjoy his stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, realistically, I mean, my dad is well enough where he could live realistically another 20 years. I mean, honestly, I'll be in my 60s. I could possibly die before him. You know, he's probably in better shape than I am. I smoke. He doesn't. Yeah, it just makes you aware that there are so many people out there that this system, you know, gets latched onto, and they think that they're helping them, and they're not, you know.
Yeah.
And it's these people that don't have family and stuff. It's sad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can so quickly. I mean, my mother-in-law went down so quickly in the nursing home, and I could totally see, you know, these old people that go into these nursing homes and stuff. They go down so quickly. But yeah, it's sad. Makes you aware that thank God I have family.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes in the nursing home, and I'm not saying they're all like that, and there are people that work at nursing homes that care, but sometimes they are treated, like I said, like I'm not going to treat my family member like a whole piece of fruit that I'm waiting to, you know, be able to throw away or whatever. You know, it's like they push them in the corner and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nikki, and we have this horrible trend up here, and I don't know if this is nationwide, but up here it like happens all the time. The guy will hire a nurse to take care of his wife. Yeah. And you know, the husband winds up hooking up with the nurse, and it like happens over and over here.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
I know 2 people. It's like, okay, like one, I'll use an example. His wife had dementia, so he has a nurse coming in the house to help take care of his wife. Next thing you know, he ships the wife off to the nursing home, and who's he stooping as the new nurse?
Oh, that's terrible.
If I died, if Jim did that to me, I swear to God, I'd come back and I would just haunt him and make his life hell.
That's horrible. Oh my God.
Wow.
You ship me a nursing home and you start doing the nurse. I mean, I would.
Over there in the woodsy part of Wisconsin. I don't know.
going in the forest.
That's terrible.
That's wild.
We were at the hospital down in the cities, and my dad's like, yeah, my daughter married really good. My daughter married well. He's a good guy. He takes such good care of me. I'm like, what about me? What about your daughter? Well, I said you married well. I'm like, but I take care of you too. Yeah, funny. I told Gary, I said, sometimes I think he loves you more than he loves me.
When I was in high school, and then when I went off to school, we stayed, but then it became a long distance relationship or whatever. It didn't work out. It's this girl I dated for 3 years. But I want to tell you, she dumped me for another guy. But I had her mom would call me. She'd be like, I want to go to a garage sale. You want to go garage sailing with me or whatever? Her mom just did not want the relationship to end. I mean, I think she cried more than I did.
Yeah. I had a boyfriend like that. My mother loved him. And yeah, he would come over and shovel her deck off, and he'd come over and take her garbage out and this and that. And yeah, when I broke up with him, she's like, he would still come over. And then I was going out with Gary, and Gary's like, why is that guy over here? I'm like, because he's like friends with my mom. And Gary's like, and the thing is my mom loved Gary too, because Gary was in our family before we dated. He was my brother's best friend. He used to work with my dad at the company that he worked at. And, you know, so we knew him, and my dad thought Gary was like everything until he dated his daughter. Then he was ready to kill him. But just because he thought Gary was way older than he was. So anyways, because my brother is 9 years older than me, and he was my brother's best friend. So he was thinking that Gary was 9 years older than me, not just 5 years. And so when I started dating Gary in high school, yeah, my dad was a little pissed. But anyways, that's a long story for another time. But yeah, Gary's like, every time I come over here, this guy's over here. I was like, well, it ended up the guy was gay. And I knew that when I first started going out with him. It was my friend's boyfriend. And well, she wasn't really a friend, but she hung around with the people I hung around with. And she always thought that she was just all that, you know. And she was really annoying. And so anyway, when she first introduced Mike to the group, I was like, he's gay. And she's like, no, he's not. You know, I was like, all right. Anyways, well, she pissed me off one time, so I ended up getting him to go out with me, and I stole him from her. And anyways, I just wanted to, that was the only reason why I went out with him. And so I was just going to go out with him for a little while and then get rid of him. Well, anyways, he ended up being so close to my mom, it was really hard to get rid of him. So. Anyways, I finally got rid of him. He's the one who his mother, when I had Brandy, his mother used to call my mother and tell her, that's my granddaughter. And my mom's like, no. Gary and Nikki were going together for quite some time before she got pregnant, a couple of years pregnant. And the mother's like, nope, that's my granddaughter, and I want to make sure that she has a college fund and blah, 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 and da-da-da-da-da. And she'd call my mother all the time. I want blood tests and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you can look at the baby and see that it's Gary's, you know. And I mean, I was almost ready to take Brandy in for blood tests, you know. But anyway, she finally gave up on it, or the other. But
yeah, the guy's probably like, shut up, Mom. I don't want to pay child support.
I was going to say, if I was Gary, I'd say, no, we don't even need a test. It's for sure his. He can get a couple. He can get one every other weekend, and I want Child support.
I told my mom, I said, maybe we could make out like a bandit on this one. My mom goes, Nikki, I raised you better than that. I'm like, well, she's talking about setting up a college fund, and what the hell? Why not let her have two dads? What the hell? Yeah. Yeah, she was goofier than, yeah. I think she just wanted, because she knew her son was gay and that she'd never get a grandkid.
Oh, so she'd have a cover story.
Not that there's anything wrong with.
No, I don't think at this point, I don't think anybody cares anymore. I mean, really. Yeah. I mean, the small population that really cares, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he used to sit there and tell me that I didn't do my makeup right, and then he'd sit there and redo it. I mean, obviously. Obviously, he was a little different than most of the guys I dated.
I would say so.
Well, I miss everybody.
I miss you too.
Feels like forever that I've talked to you guys.
I know. I was thinking about you yesterday, and I forgot to message you before I went to bed.
Yeah, I was thinking about you this morning. I was wondering how you're doing.
I think about it every time a topic comes up. I'm like, boy, I'd really like to hear Nikki slant.
Needed the poop scoop yesterday, And everybody was asking yesterday about you too.
I haven't even been watching YouTube much.
I didn't think you were because you haven't been commenting anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Well, you got to take care of your family first.
Yeah.
When it's all done.
Yeah, OJ says, so when he talked about doing Nikki, he was referring to her makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do my makeup.
Hank says Wacky Wiener Wednesday just wasn't the same without you. That was pretty wacky.
Speaking of wieners, you know what? My daughter gave me a early Mother's Day gift.
Oh yeah,
as the complete episodes of Mork and Mindy.
Oh, nice!
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
the reason
awesome.
why I thought of it is because the grandma's always calling the dad a wiener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know the new season for Handmaid's Tale starting?
Yeah, I heard that it's starting. Yeah,
they got 2 episodes on there so far.
Oh boy,
it's super good.
I think I'll wait a little while so I don't have to wait every week to watch it.
Yeah.
Why don't they do what Netflix does and put them all up at the same time?
I don't know, but I think that they're trying to like draw people in with it, but yeah. I'm like so wanting to see the 3rd episode already. I'm like jonesing for it,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they want.
Ooh, let me get these all in the mailbox for the post office. Let me know if you want to take in the Ferrari tapes.
Has people's sales been going up?
They've been they went up and then they were crappy this weekend, but I didn't really list the end of last week, so I could maybe blame that too. I don't know.
They seem like they're better.
And yeah, and
'Cause
now
I haven't been.
now that I've been
I
listening, they're getting better.
haven't been listing, and they seem to be getting better. So
Oh, if you sell drones, they're doing real good.
yeah,
Because it's that season when people start flying their drones and they lose them.
Mhm.
yeah.
Then they had to go buy new ones.
Yeah,
So
Pretty
they
much.
won't get in
yeah,
trouble.
we give up.
So did you get yours down?
No, it's gone.
No, it's permanently in the tree, so we know where it is, but we can't get it.
Oh
It's your
no.
drone.
Yeah, it's up. It's up about. It's not on our property. It's on somebody else's driveway, but it's probably about 50 foot up in the tree. And we tried to get it out, and we just can't do it.
Huh.
Dang it.
It's really hung up. It's like, it's not like it's sitting like if you looked at it, like if you like how it flies up and down. It's like sideways. It's straight up and down on a branch, and we can't get it knocked off the branch.
Yeah, and it's got those blade protectors, like a coat hanger. You know, it just went right through the branch, just hanging like a coat, and it went in like 2 feet. You know, because it got caught in the stupid wind.
Yeah,
I think
Jim
I
was
would
trying
go
to
talk to
find-
the guy or something and say, hey, if that comes down, can you give it back to me? You know?
Well, that's okay because we'll drive by it every day.
It's right
So
on
if
the
I see it-
road, yeah.
If I see it,
And it's
fall,
not
I'll
in the
grab it.
lawn. It's in a wooded area.
Well, and they're also not meant to be outside in the rain, so it's got all the electronics and the camera. All that stuff's gonna get wrecked when it rains anyway. So I'm just buying a replacement and gonna
Ouch.
learn from my lesson.
How much did you pay
Took
for it?
off on him. It went. He's like, it keeps going up, 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 and then I try to get it down, but the wind must have got it, and he's like running through our field trying to keep up with it. But it just took off. Anyway.
Is it an expensive drone?
No, it was $60.
Huh?
They started out; they were supposed to be like 150. Then they had them on clearance for like 70. Tractor Supply. So I found one online for 60, and I bought it. And now actually, because they've come out with new drones since then, it's down to like 30. You can get them on eBay. So for $30, I'm just buying a new stupid drone.
Yeah.
So, but if you have drones, now's the time to sell them because I'm sure there's people like me out there losing them.
I'll fly. If it's too windy out, we don't take our drone out.
Well, it didn't seem that windy, but he got it pretty high up in the air because he was way over the top of my building. So the building peak is like 28 feet up in the air. So you were pretty high up, weren't you?
Yeah. It's like a kite, you know, when you get it in that high stream, you know, where the air is always, you got a good steady wind. I think that's what I got it up in.
Sure.
And it's light. I mean, it weighs nothing.
And there ain't no down. When you cut the throttle, it drops. You know, that's your only up and down control. Well, the problem was it wasn't the propellers weren't keeping it up. It was the wind. So if it would have had propellers that would suck it down, I probably could have saved it. But
yeah,
if the wind's strong enough where it'll keep this thing that weighs like 1.5 pounds or something, I mean, it's only 1.5 pounds in a good wind. It ain't gonna come down. It's gonna keep on blowing.
Yeah.
So I learned something.
I'd cry. Ours was like $1,200, so I'd cry.
Well, yeah, that's why I wouldn't buy. I can't buy one that expensive because, like I said, this one's over there in that tree, and it's just gonna get written off.
Yeah, you know what I know now? I'm never gonna get an expensive drone.
Well, the thing is, though, about the one that we bought is it's not squirrely. It doesn't get squirrely on you, and before it hits anything, it stops. I mean, it's got that on it, you know. And it's got hover mode where it doesn't get squirrely on you, and you can have it just hover, and you can. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles, you know. So it's.
Oh wow.
I think those more expensive ones are actually better because they're not as squirrely, you know. You have a lot more.
Well, I
protection.
just assumed Jim would crash it, so I wasn't prepared to spend over $100 more. And for what I want to use it, what I really bought it for was I have this piece of property for sale. I want to take aerial pictures of this big. I have this 13,000 square foot steel clear span building. I want to take some aerial pictures of it for the listing. You know,
I got some really good shots of it. If I could get that chip out of it.
Anyway,
I'm so glad. I'm getting really good angles of this thing. Okay, and I'm tipping it this way, and I'm tipping it that way, and all of a sudden, wait, why is it getting smaller? It's like it's getting farther away. No.
He ran after it.
I
I
hit the
mean, he
come
was
home
like
button.
out of air. He's like, "Oh my god, I hurt because I tried to run for so long." I mean, for like 2 hours after that, he's like, "Oh my god, my lungs hurt from trying to do that running."
And I hit the come home command or whatever. Well,
Yeah.
it didn't fight the wind. It was just too much, and then it didn't get as far as I thought though. Actually, I'm not sure it didn't try to come back.
Yeah.
And then dropped in the trees, because I think what happened was it was actually trying to return, because I could have swore when I was looking at it that was farther away than when I found it. Because I was walking home for quite a while, and I keep on hitting the control, and all of a sudden I hear meh, meh. It's the propeller hitting the tree branch. I'm like, oh my god. And the beeping stopped, so now I was in range, the alarm quit. But then I'm like, oh good, I'll find it. I'm thinking it's gonna be on the floor of the woods. No. So at least I have closure though. I know where it is.
Well, that's like me. I don't fly Gary's drone very often because I'm just scared of it. Because we've spent so much on it, I don't want to be the one to screw it up. Gary's like, you can't screw it up. I'm like, yes, I could.
Oh no, he's wrong.
You don't know us. So.
Screwed up something terrible. Be afraid.
I'd rather be the one to go, oh, way to go. Now you just threw $1,200 on the fucking window. Way to go.
I wonder if you took a fishing string and tied it to it and then had like 100 feet and then we tied that to your wrist so it could never get more than 100 feet from you.
I wonder though what they did in the propellers.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I guess I'd still have it though. At least
You're
I
like
can take
you're like Jim's dummy string for his drone.
Gary's has this home feature that if it gets away, you just press home and it comes home.
Yeah, this one had come home too.
I did to come home.
I think it tried, but it got in that tree.
I think it tried to, but then it flew into a tree on the way home.
That's why you're supposed to fly it above the trees.
He was. I mean, this is way down. This is probably a half mile from where he was started. He was out in the open fields. We have all open pastures. It took off on him and started going down the road. It's a half mile from our property down the road in a tree. Wow. Otherwise, if it was on our property, he'd get the shotgun and just shoot the branch out. But it's somebody. How do you stand on the road with a shotgun shooting branches out of a tree? I guarantee we'll have the cops here. We're gonna have to explain. Well, why are you on the road with a shotgun shooting up in a tree?
Yeah, you just go on eBay, you pay up your $30, and you say lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, I was getting nervous when we were over in Pennsylvania, and my husband took the drone out. And he was losing service with it because of the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just get that thing home. I said, just don't even worry about taking pictures of Pennsylvania. Just get that thing home. Because he kept losing the range with it, but it ended up coming home. He lost range with it for a long time. And he's like, oh shit. And he's like, well, it's supposed to just come home. And it's got GPS on it so you can find it. But it's like, yeah, like we're going to be mountains of Pennsylvania to look for this stupid drone,
And is it 80 feet up in a tree?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, but it ended up coming home, so we were pretty happy. And then ours has like the feature that if the battery's getting too low, it'll just come home.
Yeah, well, mine had only flown for like a minute, so the battery was great.
Yeah. Do you fly it with like your phone or what?
No, it has its own control.
Yeah, but does the I understand, but I mean like ours has a control too, but you put your phone on it or tablet and you can see the camera through your phone.
This one does not.
Is that how you see?
This one doesn't transmit to a smartphone. So it's got the onboard camera, but it doesn't. You're filming, but you don't see what you're filming until you take the chip out.
Oh, okay. So it records. I see.
Yeah. It was like making love for the first time. It happened in less than a minute, and it was very exciting.
Now we know why I didn't want to come home with you, Jim.
I wonder if the footage of you running would be on it. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to get it.
Well, we have a gate that's permanently chained shut at that end of the pasture. And I'm like, I don't know if I went through the fence or if I climbed the gate. I really couldn't remember because my adrenaline was so up. And then when we were walking back, I saw my footprints. I'm like, oh, okay, I climbed the gate. I could not remember how I got over the fence.
Wow.
There's a really cool YouTube video of a drone that this lady lost. And it flies way up above the clouds and whatever, and it films that, and then it films coming down and crashing, and somebody found it and returned it to her, and she put the video up. But I mean, it's way the hell up in the air. I mean, yeah.
Frankie's face says, "Wonder if the drone has an anchor baby."
Boy, maybe.
Well, hopefully I'll have to keep watching it, and then maybe I can be underneath the tree when the baby drops. I can get one of those little mini drones.
Was this your first time flying it, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I never took a lesson. I never read the directions.
Yeah, he never read the directions or anything. He just took it out and started flying it. Anyway, I'm like, do you think you can read freaking directions or something?
I had the home button. I hit that. I knew where that was, but from watching videos, but I never actually read the directions.
Oh, Jason's Jim, were you stuck in a tree for a while after your first time?
Oh my God, First, he made this slingshot thing with a PVC pipe, a fishing reel, and like a dowel rod and a bungee cord. So he tried to shoot it out a couple times. That didn't work. So then I'm like, why don't we just get PVC pipe and run the PVC pipe up? So he goes and gets 5 or 6 pieces of conduit.
10-foot pieces.
Oh, yeah,
so
5,
50
10,
feet.
yeah, 50 foot of conduit that we put together. And he's like, well, we got enough conduit. It's long enough, but I don't know if it's going to stay hard enough. I'm like, oh, man. And it didn't. It was all, once you run conduit like 30 feet up in the air, it's all flopsy-mopsy at the end. You can't do anything with it.
Oh, man.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Well, and at this point now, I've already found the identical replacement that I can buy for $30. So I'm like, this just ain't worth it. I mean, I've already got $30 in material trying to recover it, and I've been unsuccessful. It's time to just move on. So,
yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Let it go. Yep. Well, that was that one time I brought my nephew a drone. And the first time, they let him just take control of it, and all of a sudden he just trigger him, gone in the trees behind my dad somewhere. Can never find it. There's a drone out there somewhere. First time, boom, gone.
Oh yeah, Jim was all frisky. He got his little FCC card, for flying his drone and that.
I'm a commercial pilot.
He wrote the number on the drone and everything. He's like this big shot. He's got this little thing you put in your wallet. He's a commercial pilot, he said. Like,
I'm like, yeah, when I was at the bar, yeah, this would have been great. I'm like, yeah, I'm a licensed commercial pilot.
Oh my God. You're funny, Jim.
Yeah. I'm not a very good pilot. Thank you for flying ValueJet.
And then he F's it all up, and then he wants me to be involved with him. Now, now that it's all screwed up, now I'm allowed to be involved to try to help him out of it. And when he went out there to fly, he didn't say, hey, Tom, I'm going to try flying this drone. You want to come out with me and see how it works? No, not then.
Oh, that would have been great with you yelling at me as a drone. I could just hear you screaming at me. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I never yell at you.
I would have handed you the controls. It would have been your fault. Rock on.
I am thinking about seeing if I can put a dummy string on it so that it can't get too far from you.
Or nothing else, we could pull it out of the tree by the string.
That's true.
Had a string.
How good is your casting? Maybe you could cast a fishing line up there.
That's
Well,
exactly what I was thinking just now.
It's 50 feet straight up. So he did the thing with the slingshot. I mean, and he was in there close with the arrow and stuff, you know. But the problem is, then you got to try to run a rope up it, and then our fishing line would break.
It's one of these oak trees that's got like 1,800 billion little branches. You know what I'm talking about?
Just a gnarl
and it's
of
just
branches.
inside the middle of it. It's inside this big nest of twigs, and you just can't really get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, when you guys say, "Let's pull the."
If it would have been like a pine tree, I think we could have gotten it out. But it's in this gnarly old, shitty old oak tree.
Yeah, we don't have any leaves,
branches.
so it's just this big nest of crown of thorns, nest of twigs. You know.
Yeah.
So now it's going to leaf up now because spring's coming. So then you really ain't going to be able to get it off. So screw it.
You're not even going to see it.
That's what they got eBay for.
Yep.
And I got spare batteries. I got spare propellers. I got spare controller. You know.
You got all that stuff for your new drone.
Yeah.
What brand is it?
Holy Stone. I'm not making that up.
Yeah. That's what Jim was yelling as you running after it. Holy stones!
Let's be back with the Almighty. It's going home. Clouds.
Definitely wasn't blessed. This is kind of a good thing. Found this thing. It's called a Stover s'more. It's kind of good, actually.
Oh yeah.
A silver s'more.
No, I think it's a granola s'more.
Russell Stover s'more.
Oh, it's a Yeah, those candy those pieces of candy.
Yeah, and it's a s'more. It's got chocolate, marshmallow, and graham cracker.
Yeah.
Came in a package. It's actually pretty good.
Are you stealing your dad's candy?
Yep.
Yep.
So you're sitting at your dad's house while he's in the hospital stealing his candy.
I said there's supposed to be 20 pieces of candy in this box. There's only 10. Oh, Dad, that's a misprint. That happens all the time.
What are you talking about? Dude? That's not a 20. That's a 10. The social worker was right. You are getting senile.
Oh, speaking of Daddy's calling, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Where's my candy?
Where's my? You're not eating my store candy, are you?
I'm getting full of eat my candy.
Are you over there eating all my candy?
Yeah, just calling to say hello and making sure you're not eating all my candy.
Welcome
I'm
back.
back. My dad was, he's like, are you coming down? I said, yeah. He goes, well, the doctor won't release me until you're down here. They got to make sure that he wanted to know why you weren't down here yet. Like, well, I'm sitting here eating your candy, Dad.
Yeah, Dad, your candy's not going to eat itself.
I'm helping my dad out so he doesn't have diabetes problems. I'm eating all his candy. I dare you to tell the doctor that if they ask, like, well, you're going to be able to help your dad out. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I ate all his candy, so we're about his diabetes.
He's not tempted when he gets home. just been sitting here waiting for you to call me to tell me to come and get you. You know, because they never release them right away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when
Yeah,
you
when you
get
get
there,
them.
it takes like 2-3 hours to finally get everything done to release them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured, well, he'd call me when the doctor comes in and says, okay, you can go home. And they'd start the process. I'd go down there and I'd only have to wait a few hours, you know.
Yeah.
But it
It's
sounds like
taking
now I'm going to have to go down there and
from a
wait.
hospital patient.
Hey there, Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne's here.
Hi, Dwayne.
Jam.
How's Heather doing?
Yeah, there's a wave runner and a wave jammer.
That's a jammer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. I
Getting
think
sleepy.
it's bedtime for me.
Time for Sally to go to sleep.
Have a night night.
Yeah, I gotta go and take care of my dad. So we'll talk to you guys later.
All right. See you later,
Uh,
Nikki.
Bye, everybody.
For me.
Okay. So I think I'm going to shut it down for now.
Oakley
We will see you tomorrow.
Hi, guys.
Bye,
Bye, guys. Have a good day.